Welcome back. Today I want to talk about manipulating your long run and chat you through some options for structuring your week to get more out of your run workouts and hopefully get you just more gains. So I'm going to link this document up in the comments and it'll take you to my ebook. And there's a couple articles there that I recommend you read to kind of set the scene. First is called How to Ramp Run Volume using a frequency-based approach. And the next is building your long run. And that is extending your longest workout of the week. And there's some additional concepts in there that I'm going to run through in this video to give you a bit of a deeper dive on them. There's also a few favorite workout variations that I think if you incorporate into your month, mix them up a bit, you'll get better results than just doing the same thing every single week. So as you build your mileage and the total time you're running each week, you're going to be tempted continually to add intensity. And I would recommend that you build your load by frequency and distance first and build that long run up, because when you're adding sustained intensity, you're going to have to step down from your load, which means you're going to be doing lower total volume if you're adding anything sustained. So what can we do to challenge ourselves with the same amount of load? Well, we can change the position of the run workouts. And I'm going to talk you through how you do that, because not all workouts are created equal. So first thing is I want you to think outside the boundaries of a single workout. I want you to think about how all your workouts in your week interact and how your weeks interact. And taking a marathon for an example, how long does it take you to run a marathon in normal training? Does it take you a week, 2 weeks? Can you run 26 miles, 42K in 72 hours, in 48 hours, in 24 hours? Because as you're building your stamina and your durability, compressing the time period that you do the work, the running, is the first step before you start trying to run and do it faster and do a lot of really sustained training. So what I recommend you do is build your capacity to get your event into your week and then into a smaller and smaller time frame. So how might we do this? Well, the most effective way to do this is with split workouts. And that is thinking about your workout outside the bounds of that single session. So we've got some splits here. So the typical run spacing would be day 1, day 3, day 5. So you get a day off in between, 2 sleeps, 48 hours between your sessions. Now, to make the second session more challenging and to make the combination of the sessions more challenging, you move them closer together. So split them by 24 hours, day 1, day 2, split them by 12 hours, run in the evening, and then run in the morning. Now, another variation of that, if you happen to be a high volume runner that likes to run every day, is you can run in the morning, take the rest of the day off, and don't run till the next evening, which is going to give your body more than 24 hours to recover between sessions. So if you're a very high frequency runner, which is something I used to do as an elite technique when I was doing triathlon, try and run as many times as I could within a week, as many days within a month. I would do a run block where I would try and get my frequency way up. But I could put rest periods in and still run every day by doing this AM and then PM. And then ultimately the classic double that you'll hear about is like a long run in the morning and then 5 or 10K in the evening, very easy, the double run day. So these are variations that you can do, and it makes the overall amount of running in that combination more stressful on the body than splitting it up with a normal split, day 1, day 3, day 5. So in the second article, I lay out the basic week: frequent running, long runs, easy runs, and endurance runs. And by endurance runs, I mean runs that have blocks of steady endurance training, that zone 2 training. And then how to use sub-max benchmarking to figure out what your steady zone is and how to check that you're actually progressing with your training. That's an article on my site linked up in the notes that you'll find here. So talked about hilly runs in the last run form video. Kick that off. You can have a look at that there. And I recommended you included strides. And in the second article that's linked at the top of this page, I explain how to use strides depending on whether you're using them once a week or twice a week. So now, what I recommend you do is that when you're building this mileage up, and I'm going to use an example of somebody that's running 60K a week, how might that break down? Well, you're going to have 2 runs, 10K. You're going to have a 15K session and a 25K session. Round numbers, that's going to get you to 60K a week. That's a lot of total run load to have in your week, and it gives you a lot to work with. So now we've got 4 runs to fit into the week. So how might we do that? Well, that's what I got here. So using weekly splits. And what I mean by that is day 1, day 2, there's a 15K run and a 10K run split between day 1 and day 2. Day 3, lower body rest day or biomechanically easy rest day. Day 4, day 5, an easy run. And then the 5-day microcycle ends with another key run, a longer run. And then 2 lower body rest days. And what that does is that gives you a reset on your life and it gives you a reset on your legs. So digging in a little bit, I like to put the key workouts at the beginning and the end of the microcycle. So day 1 and day 5. And by key, it means something that would be challenging in terms of the total load. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a super fast or a super intense workout. If you're in a base period, this will be either a hilly run or a run with steady blocks. And then same thing at the end. It might be a mixed run. So you might be doing some hills and then going down to the flat and doing some steady benchmarking. And then the easy runs are easy. They're intended just to be supplemental volume, and you're training your body to handle those ground reaction forces. So hope that gives you some ideas on how to structure your week. If you have any specifics, hit me up in the comments or over on Twitter, and I'll see what I can do for you. Thanks.